If you're high level, I think you're going to like this. I'm going to do an elite full basketball workout, and I'd like to bring you along with me. I'm John Hildebrand, also known as SuperHandles, or Supe for short, and for over 30 years, I've been on a quest to become as hard to guard as possible and build a game that is truly different. And I'm still as committed as ever to doing this.
SuperHandles is tough, man.
Definitely the hardest player I've ever had to guard.
Very serious, very serious.
My man John right here, best ball handler in the country, hands down.
Over the years, players from around the world have traveled to my small hometown of Dayton, Oregon to train with me in this barn. My game has stood out to them and they've wanted this SuperHandles Advantage too. Now I'm revealing what I've only shared with the select few who have come here in person. The training I'm currently doing to take my game to higher levels. This is Elite Game Episode 5. I'm going to begin here with 2 basketballs. I'm working on my fingers. I'm going to be doing some drills low to the ground. Now, just because someone reaches a high level doesn't mean that they then neglect doing fundamental things. In fact, there are levels to even the most basic skills. One thing my dad has emphasized with me since I was a little boy was to build my finger strength. To be able to move the ball quickly, my fingers need to be strong. They need to be able to move very rapidly. And so the fingers are a big point of emphasis. One thing that my dad does with players that come out here to train is he'll shake their hand, he'll shake it real hard. And he's regularly testing their grip strength to see if they're improving, to see if their hands are strong. And then he'll identify a weakness and he'll let them know, hey, you need to work on that weak hand. I'm gonna go through a series here. Now in this workout, I'm going to be working on Hezi's into combo moves, and I'm going to do this with 2 basketballs right now as well. And so I'm going to work on hesitating long, and then I'll quickly get into the super shake. And then the next one I'll do, I'll Hezi long, and then get into the Supe Deluxe. First one's super shake though, so I want the Hezi, super shake. And my emphasis, again, is on long Hezis and quick combos. The first dribble of my combo here needs to be done violently. So those are a few things I'm focusing on as I go through these drills. I need to Hezi and be abrupt. I need to go from slow to violent, and that's a SuperHandle strategy. I'm applying it now from a stationary position with 2 balls, but in this workout, I'll also do it to create a shot with 1 ball. So I'll go from 2 to 1. But here it is, other leg. When playing in a game, if you want to be effective, you need to be aware of what's going on around you. You need to be aware of your defender. You need to be aware of an open teammate. You need to be aware of a double team. I could give example after example. What I'm doing here with 2 basketballs is I'm executing the move with my main ball while keeping the other ball alive. So I need to be aware of the other ball, where it is, while still executing the move with my main ball. And I'm working on being as game-like as possible in terms of speed with these moves while keeping the other ball alive. You also, let's say you're going on the drive, the defender reaches, you need to be able to utilize your off arm. You need to be able to be accurate with how your off arm is moving and still be able to handle the ball. So there's some general preparedness that occurs with two basketballs, but it's doing even more than that. It's an exercise for your brain. Being aware of what's going on around you, still executing the moves with the main ball. So I use two balls as a tool. Some people are very opposed to two ball drills, but I'm very much for them when done in the manner that I use them. I've used these for many years.
I think that what I can do with the basketball speaks for itself. The way I use two basketballs has helped me
tremendously, and they've helped many others. But I'm not just doing this to be good with two balls. I'm doing it to prepare myself for when I only have to use one. If you can handle two balls well, one ball is going to feel easy to you. So that's the thinking behind it. It'll help you build your confidence. And I know it can be frustrating while you're learning these things. Errors are going to occur, but you got to push through that. Now I'm going to do Hezi Supe Deluxe. Okay, I'll do it the other way here in a moment. Hezi Supe Deluxe the other way. Shoot. Now I need to make 5 free throws in a row. I'm going to write that down and then get ready for the next drill. Now I'm going to use the weight ball here, perform the Hezi super shake into the jumper. And I'm going to shoot these shots from around 10 to 12 feet from the basket. I'm working on performing the combo as quickly as possible and getting into the shot as quickly as possible. So some people don't like using the weight ball when shooting. I found that it helps tremendously. Helps the smoothness of the shot. It also helps you with your moves, the quickness of your moves, pushing yourself to go faster. Since the ball is weighted, it's tougher to maneuver. So I'm gonna push myself to go as fast as possible with the weight ball, and then I'll do it with the regular ball, the heavy light method. I need to make 5 shots in each direction, and then I'll do it with the regular ball from around 15 feet, and then I'll repeat this with the Supe Deluxe. Now I'm going to do it in the other direction. Come on. Now I'm going to do the same move with the regular ball, but I'm going to make 10 in each direction. man. Now, I want you to notice that the speed that I do these is fast. I'm trying to push myself to go as fast as possible following the Hezi. So I go from slow to violent. And I'm trying to transition from the super shake to the shot as quickly as possible, and I'm elevating. What I'm doing is not the same as a slow move, set, and a slow shot. When I'm working with players, often the default is to go to a comfortable speed, but that's not pushing to be as hard to guard as possible. If you want to be as hard to guard as possible, prepare for the best of defenders. That's what I'm trying to do right now. So if I have that advantage, I want to be able to quickly elevate and get my shot off. Goodness. Get in. That's long. Woo. Now I'm gonna do the Hezi super shake jumper, starting with the ball in my left hand. And again, I'm working on that violent fake, returning the ball back as quickly as possible and getting into that jumper. Trying to elevate. I really wanna push my speed to be faster at this, faster with my transition and elevate as high as possible. So those are the things I'm working on right now. Oh, that's off, shoot. Now I'm gonna make 5 free throws in a row. Now I'm going back to the weight ball. I'm going to do the Hezi Supe Deluxe into the jumper. When it comes to hesitating, if I want to hesitate longer, it's paramount that I pound the dribble prior to the Hezi hard. You see, if I have a weak dribble, then if I wanted to hesitate, I'd have to put my hand underneath the ball potentially, which is a carry. So I don't want to do that. I want to Hezi legally, and I do so with a pounded hard dribble, and then I can abruptly get into the Supe Deluxe. So what I have now is Hezi Supe Deluxe jumper. I'm trying to go as hard as possible. That may happen. I'm trying to push my speed to be as fast as can be.
Notice this ball's a little flat too. That's just a challenge to pound it harder though.
For me to be able to explode up with this weight ball, I need to be low to the ground. Here, so I can rise up with it. So it's paramount for power and for quickness for me to be low. These are intense, man. I found through the years that shooting with the weight ball can fix a number of problems in the player's shot. For example, there's one player who was coming out here and he was shooting on his way down on his pull-up, but he started shooting with the weight ball and it corrected his shot. He wasn't shooting on his way down, he wasn't shooting flat anymore. He had a fluid shot And just shooting with the weight ball and then going back to the regular ball was the fix. Heavy, light. It can help with your range. It can help you shoot easier, help you shoot more fluid. It can help you with your handle. This isn't just random practice. There are methods behind the results. The heavy light method can help me. That's why I'm using it. I'm working on my speed with the move, my transition into the shot. I want that to be rapid. I don't want to give the defender a chance to get back on me if he's shook by the move. So here it is in the other direction. I want to push my speed. I need to get it up quicker. And also, if the ball's a little bit flat, it'll make it even harder. You got to pound the ball harder. Now I'm gonna grab the regular ball. I'm gonna hesitate, Supe Deluxe, jumper with the regular ball and make 10 in each direction. As I complete the Supe Deluxe, I'm going directly into the shot. I pin my shoe to the floor, rise up for the shot without any additional steps or hops. And I want that transition, as I've said before, I want that transition as quick as possible while elevating. So here it is. Five. Whoa. I'm gonna make 5 free throws in a row. Five. Now I'm going to do a delayed mirror Hezi to a between the legs dribble, to a big crossover step, and then pull up for the jumper. So I'm delaying my shot fake off the dribble and pounding it through my legs. And I really want a big crossover step like Iverson. So a big crossover step. I'm starting at the top, but I want to make it to a point where at least one of my feet is outside the side of the lane. I'm working on an abrupt stop and an explosive jump into the shot. Here it is. I need to make 5 in each direction here. For this one, I can vary how I initiate my delayed mirror Hezi. The big thing for me here is to delay it, then abruptly get into the between the legs dribble. Now I'm going to do it in the other direction. Now I'm gonna make 5 free throws in a row. Now I'm gonna do the delayed mirror Hezi to the super shake, to a big crossover step, to an abrupt pull up while turning on my way up. I need to make 5 in each direction, and then I'm gonna repeat with the Supe Deluxe.
And now to the left.
Now I need to make 5 free throws in a row. Now I'm doing the same thing, but with the Supe Deluxe. I'm delaying the mirror Hezi, then I'm getting into the Supe Deluxe abruptly, taking a big crossover step and elevating on the jumper. I need to make 5 in each direction. What I'm doing right now is only as hard as I make it. I could come down here, go slow, and shoot a little casual jumper. Someone could say, oh, I can do that, but they're doing it at a slow speed. Their combo is slow. They're not abrupt into it. They're not elevating. I could do those things, but I practice hard things to try to push myself to achieve higher levels. That's what I'm trying to do. So no matter what you're doing, it's as hard as you make it. You could take it easy and think it's easy, but if you want to push it to higher levels, it becomes much harder. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm not afraid to make a mistake. I know that's going to happen. I know the errors are going to happen, but for me to achieve higher levels, I've got to go as hard as I can. I got to explode out of the Supe Deluxe. I need to take a big crossover step. I need to stop as quickly as I can. These are the things I'm working on here. So when you're working on things, ask yourself how you can make it harder. And then you'll gradually get better. You'll gradually achieve higher levels when you push yourself like that, because you'll get used to the speed that you're pushing yourself, and then you can try to take it higher. So that's what I'm doing. Now I need to make 5 in a row from the foul line. Now I'm going to do eyes closed, imagination threes. So I'm going to be freestyling with the ball, doing moves off the dribble, and then as I go up for my shot, I'm going to open up my eyes, and I need to quickly focus on my focus point and finish the shot. I need to be able to do it quickly, and that's what I'm pushing here. Not only being able to handle the ball and do moves without looking at the ball, I'm challenging myself here. So here it is, I need to make 10 in each direction.
The longer you delay the opening of your eyes, the harder this is. This late eye opening challenges me to find and focus on my target very quickly. I don't want to be limited by having to look at my focus point for a long period of time before shooting the ball. I want to quickly find, focus, and release. This is a big league advantage because I have the element of surprise for my shot. I don't have to look at the hoop early. I've trained for years to be unpredictable and to transition to my shot at the moment I recognize an advantage without telegraphing the shot. I'm pushing to fine-tune this even more, and I recommend you do the same if you want to be as hard to guard as possible.
Now I need to make 10 free throws in a row. Okay, now I'm gonna get into my explosive training. Now I'm going to do my single leg pad squats. This is a static dynamic method. I'm resting with my knee on the pad and then exploding upward off of the ball of my front foot. My knee is going over my toe. This is my warm-up set. Now I've got 5 pogo hops while moving forward. I'm working on quickly exploding off the ground. Now I have 205 pounds on the bar and I'm trying to break a speed record here.
Now I have single leg depth jumps from a 24-inch drop and I'm trying to break a record.
That was 22.2. 22.4. On to the next one. One thing that I keep in mind when I'm doing my training is that when I'm doing my attacks off the dribble, like I've already done in this workout, I'm working my explosiveness there as well. Those are explosive steps out of a move. I'm going as hard as I can, trying to get my first step faster, trying to push off more rapidly. So I already have a considerable number of repetitions in with these explosive movements. And so I'm trying to continue to push to a higher level here with weights, with the depth jumps. But that's what it's about. It's a challenge. Every workout's a challenge and I really enjoy it. And I think since you're watching, you probably do too.
And now on to single leg depth jumps from a 30-inch drop.
And again, I have a record for a 30-inch drop that I'm trying to beat here. .9.
Next is single leg depth broad jumps from a 30-inch drop.
So instead of jumping up, I'm jumping as far forward as I can. I'm going to try to beat my distance each time. Now I'm going to do some multi-directional hops on a single leg. So I'm going to do it on my left foot as well as my right foot.
I do these multi-directional hops for foot and ankle strength. I can challenge my ankle and my foot to handle hops in various directions. Through the years, doing this, as well as other drills, have helped me be lighter on my feet and contributed to my ability to push off quickly upon floor contact in various directions. The main thing here is I want to be prepared to handle foot placements at various angles, regardless of where they are, be able to absorb the impact quickly and push off. This drill is also a great warm-up for your feet, ankles, and calves.
Now I'm going to do some quick jumps for my ankles and calves with 185 pounds.
Next up is more ankle work. These are tibialis raises with 60 pounds of load. This exercise is not only effective for strength, but also for stretching the ankles. If you've ever done these, you know about that stretch. It's great. Now back to the Super Cat for weighted quick jumps, also known as weighted pogo hops. These are with 185 pounds. And now back to the tibialis machine for another set.
Now I've got banded stop short Nordics. I'm working on a quick eccentric and then working on changing direction quickly. It was like super intense because you have the eccentric aspect where you're going fast and you got to change direction with the band. Yeah, that's so serious. That is so serious. Now I'm doing the same thing, but without the band. Oh man. That's serious. Now I need to make 20 free throws in a row. When it comes to being elite, there's much that goes into it. The way you think needs to be different. The way you play needs to be different. The way you approach the game needs to be different.
The vast majority of players are going to be unwilling to commit long term. They may start, they may continue for a while, but eventually they're going to stop. Something's going to get in the way. They're going to get distracted. So you have an opportunity to gain a big league advantage if you commit to going long term. And I mean to really commit, as in putting in elite work consistently, like the work that you've witnessed in this session.
17, 18, 19, 20. You need to put in elite work if you want an elite game. As you can see, I'm pushing for higher levels. Hopefully this workout has inspired you. And regardless of where you're at in your basketball life,
Whether you're an NBA player, a college player, a former college player, you're playing in a city league, you're playing in pro runs, whatever it may be, like my dad often says, once somebody's a SuperHandles player, he's a player for life.
so regardless of your age, you can keep progressing to become elite or more elite.
You can still add more to your game and you can still gain a greater advantage. And that's a beautiful thing.
This is Elite Game, episode 5. Are you ready for the next episode?